Hey guys, so today we are doing another Wearable Wednesdays. I know it didn't happen last month in January, and I'm so sorry about that, but we are kicking it back into the Wearable Wednesdays gear. So today, I decided to do copper. Copper is a color that I have been getting into a lot lately. It's a color that I feel is very complimentary for my brown eyes. I think it works really well with green eyes and also blue eyes because of that sort of copper orangey sort of tone. I think it's really pretty. It can be worn by anybody, honestly. So this look is just using it as a liner, and I'm only doing one tutorial for this Wearable Wednesdays video. Maybe next month we'll be back to the 2 tutorials. But it's super easy, and I show you exactly how to do some foiled sort of makeup. And I will tell you everything that you need. So basically, what I've done is created a liner, a super intense, very bold liner with a pigment. And it's super easy to do. All you need to use is some eye drops. This is the Up and Up brand from Target. I paid, I think, less than $1.20 for it. And I use the cap of the pigment to mix and make a paste, which I will show you here in a moment. But that's all you really need, eye drops and some pigments. You can do eyeshadows, but just be careful because some shadows will actually create a bit of a film over the top where you've applied something wet, whether it's Fix Plus, eye drops, water. So just make sure you load up your brush and then spray or apply the liquid to the brush after it has the product on it so that you don't ruin some of your eyeshadows. So I really like the way this look came out, so I'm going to show you how to do that, and just ignore the hair. I'm going to color my hair tomorrow. So I'm using a new sort of, well, it's not, I don't know if it's really new, but it's been out for, I guess, a little bit. It's the professional hair care stuff that you do online and then they ship it to you, e-salon. So I'm going to try that out and see how that works, and I will do a video on it. So anyways, let's just get into the look and I'll show you exactly how to do this look.
Alright, so the first thing I'm doing is taking this eyeshadow called Coconut Cream from the chocolate bar palette, the Semi-Sweet from Too Faced. And I'm using this color because it is matte and it matches my skin tone, so it's going to be different for everyone. So just pick a matte skin tone color that works for you. And I'm just applying that all over the lid and all the way up into the crease and the brow bone area. Then I'm taking the shade called Mousse, which is a cool tone, light tan shade with a fluffy crease brush. And I'm applying that just in the crease quickly. It doesn't have to be precise. It's supposed to be just really light so that it's not just a bare lid and then something super bright as liner. So just a little bit of depth and dimension is all you need. You can use any sort of shade of brown you want. Alright, so then we're going to be moving on to some lower lash line action. I'm taking that same mousse eyeshadow with a small detail brush and just applying that really quickly, again, just to create a little bit of depth under the eye. Then I'm taking Coconut Cream and Butter Pecan. One is a matte ivory color, one is a shimmery champagne, mixing the two, and those will be my brow highlight and inner corner highlight. Alright, so this is the foiling that I do. I use eye drops, as you can see, from the Up and Up brand, and I'm just taking a little bit of this pigment. This is called Vegas Lights by Makeup Geek, and I suggest you do this in the lid or on a piece of maybe like a business card or something, not directly into the actual pot, and then just kind of mix it really well to create a paste, because that's exactly what you're going to use to create the liner. So you don't actually have to have a specific liner color for this. You can easily foil anything. And then these are the two brushes that I'm using. I have chosen one that is super fine and very detailed, and that's the one with the bright pink handle, and then the light pink handle is a little bit thicker so that I can get a thick line for the outer wing part of the look. Alright, so now I'm starting with the outer part of the wing, and I'm using the thicker of the two eyeliner brushes that I showed you a moment ago, just because I want this to be super thick on the outer half and then coming up as a cat eye and then thin as we go into the inner part. So here I'm using the thin brush to create a really sharp, precise line. That's why I use it. You can use a piece of tape. That would be super easy for anyone to do. Just use a piece of tape or something really fine like I am doing here, and I'm creating my wing. You can go as far out as you want, as thin or as thick as you like. It's all preference. Alright, so as you can see, I start with a line for the angle of the wing, and then I kind of drag it and bring it back in to meet up with whatever I had already closer to the lash line. And then of course I was flicking off a little bit that had fallen. You can do that with a fluffy brush, flick it off, or use a Q-tip to remove it. And then I'm going back in with that super fine detail liner brush to sort of taper the beginning part where it's on the center of the lid, sort of tapering it towards the inner lashes so that it's not like a super thick line that starts in the center of my eye color and then moves on out, because it doesn't look right. And then I'm going to just take this eyeshadow by Makeup Geek. This is the foiled shadow in Flamethrower, and I'm just going to apply that and just sort of go right over exactly what I just did with the pigment. It's not necessary, but I chose to do it. And then of course mascara.
Alright, so that's all you have to do. Super easy. You can do it with literally anything. It doesn't have to be as intense and as pigmented as that shadow that I use or that pigment, which is Vegas Lights by Makeup Geek. Super simple. I've done it so many times, and I actually have a blog post where I do foiled shadows and show you the technique and what you need with different shadows. Loose pigments from all kinds of brands, including MAC, and then of course some pressed shadows by other brands. So I will link that below so that you can kind of see the photos, because I use different brands so that you can see the effect. And yeah, so if you wanted to see a video actually me doing it with different brands and foiling them, then just let me know, because I will be more than happy to do that for you. So anyways, this part of the video is going to be sharing with you my favorite products. And yes, if you hear any noise, my son is across the hall. He's awake. He doesn't want to go to sleep, so I needed to get this done like now. So of course we know that Vegas Lights by Makeup Geek is a beautiful sort of coppery rich pigment. That's great. You can use that. It's really inexpensive. I will link below the Makeup Geek. Yes, it's an affiliate link. If you don't like it, then don't click it and it all will be fine. Another shadow, of course, I use in this tutorial is Flamethrower. Also by Makeup Geek. This is one of the new foiled shadows. It's very, very pigmented. I don't even have to zoom you in. It's super, super intense. I will link below the video where I show you up close shots of it, and also swatches so you can see what it looks like. Okay, so then some other shadows. This is a duo by MAC. I don't think it's available anymore. I know I've had this for a long time, and I've seen a lot of these at the cosmetic company store, which is in the outlets, where you can get discount MAC products. You can get Clinique and Origins and all kinds of brands that I think all of them are owned by Estee Lauder. But this duo looks like this, and this one is called Mix and Switch. It's the Mineralize Eyeshadow. The only reason why I'm showing you this is because there is a possibility that you can find something like this. I know MAC has to have some shadows, which I will show you one in a moment, but they have to have mineralized shadows like this, or maybe even pigments. So MAC is a good brand because they have different options. It's a lot more subtle than the other ones that I'm going to show you, but definitely still within that realm of being copper. And then the other one from MAC is called Coppering. This is a just a regular pressed shadow. Very soft, very creamy. This one has a bit of a sort of metallic sheen to it. As you can see how the light catches it. It almost looks a bit wet. It's not as intense as the foiled shadows by Makeup Geek, but you kind of get a similar effect like this here. And I really like this color, and I need to get back into using it because it's gorgeous. Then another one from Makeup Geek. No, this is not sponsored, by the way. This is called Goddess, and this is also a really nice one, but it's again a bit softer and just a touch warmer. So it's definitely going to be one of those that you can use on the lid. You can put this in the crease, smudge it on the lower lashes like I've done in several tutorials of pops of color. Really, really simple. And then the last one is pulling a touch of cranberry in it, but it still has that copper vibe to it. This is eyeshadow number 11 by Morphe brushes, which I will link their site below. These shadows are very, very creamy, very intense, and that's the swatch there. And these are $2. Exactly. $2. I thought, oh my god, like, is this even possible? Can it get any better than that? But it doesn't. They're really good quality, and this is the shadow in number 11. I will have everything listed below as always for you. Then the last two things are eyeliners. I don't have, obviously, lip products because I wouldn't wear something like that. And, of course, I don't have any copper blushes either. So the only other two things are liners. One of them is by Urban Decay. It's called Lucky. And it's one of my favorite liners by them. And as you can see, I do need to sharpen it because it's got a little bit of a nub. But this is what it looks like. It's a lot deeper than some of the other colors. But it does have a bit of a silver sparkle to it so that you could see some sort of extra dimensional look to it. It's not just a flat copper liner. It has a bit of something extra to it, but these are kind of expensive. I think they run around $18. I love them. I've always loved them, but If you want something similar but a lot more affordable, look to the NYX brand. They have one in golden bronze. And this is the slide-on pencils, the one with the ridiculously long name. And I will do a swatch for you side by side. This one doesn't have that sort of silver sparkle to it, but it definitely has the same sort of tone of color. Even though it's called golden bronze, there's nothing super bronzy about it. It's more copper, but it's almost an exact dupe without the sparkle. And I will zoom you in here in a moment so that you guys can see it. But these are some different tones of coppers that I have in my collection that I really like, and I would recommend these for you. I think you're going to like them a lot. Alright, so here is the close-up. These two here are the liners, the Urban Decay and the NYX. And then these are some of the other ones that I mentioned earlier. These are just up close so you guys can see how they look. Super beautiful. So I hope that you guys enjoyed this Wearable Wednesdays. I know it's a bit shorter than usual. I try to put at least 2 looks into it, but I didn't have the time, and this is the last week of February and it's flying by, and I have to like edit this tonight so that it'll be ready for Wednesday. So thank you guys so much for watching these videos. I will link my other Wearable Wednesdays videos down below in the description so that if you want to see what colors have been done.
Man, I'm stuck.
It's okay, there you go. Bye, honey. He's not feeling good. He's been having like runny nose, and I think he's getting sick. Go to your room, honey. I'll be there in a second. But anyways, I will link those videos down below for you so that you can see what colors have been done. And if you have any sort of requests for certain colors that you want to see, by all means, I would love to hear from you. Drop me a comment in the comment section and I will write it down and make sure that I can go buy stuff if I don't have that color or start digging through my massive collection because it's a little embarrassing. But thank you guys so much. I hope you guys enjoyed enough to subscribe. Please follow me on Twitter and Instagram is @glamourbyLexi, and I will see you very, very soon. Bye.